So today we're learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today class number 31. So and we start with Sefer Chafetz Chaim. Big topic is the same, is Lashon Hara general rules, and today's topic is other means of communications. Okay, go ahead.
Having concluded our discussion of the two basic categories of Lashon Hara, it is important to note several rules that apply equally to both. Lashon Hara is not limited to speech, including communication.
Somehow I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I can hear you. So I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no problem. So, having concluded our discussion of the two basic categories of Lashon Hara, it is important to note several rules that apply equally to both. Lashon Hara is not limited to speech. Included in this prohibition is communication of derogatory or harmful information through any means. Therefore, writing Lashon Hara or using sign or body language that communicates something negative or harmful is forbidden. To show others a letter or article that would reflect badly on its author is forbidden. As is revealing. As is revealing. Go. Okay. To show others a letter or article that would reflect badly on its author is forbidden, as is revealing the identity of the author of a work that is known to be of poor quality. It is also forbidden to show photographs of people which we find embarrassing.
Okay. Any comments? Right, something.
Basically, his main point is that Lashon Hara isn't just about speech; it's about anything that can harm someone else's image.
Just a smirk. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like somebody rolled up his eyes. That's very bad. Okay. All right. So let's stop here. So before we start, our Kitzur. So the question was asked. I mean, it's the answer very simple, but let's see if we can figure out the answer, right? So the question is asked if it's allowed for a Jew, religious Jew, to go to not kosher restaurant. So and let's say that he's going to drink only water. We're going to bring him a bottled water from a plastic cup, so there is no problem. So everybody is going to eat, but he's going to drink only water or eat banana or apple. That he's going. Okay, that's it. So basically, so the answer is no. So it's not allowed. Why? Because it's as we can understand, it would create HaShem. So people outside, when this guy is even inside of the restaurants, so they would see this religious Jew, and they say, yeah, look at these hypocrites. Or maybe it's kosher, maybe something is kosher here. Like one clown said just recently, yeah, some food is kosher, not everything is treif. Right? So okay, so maybe it is kosher, some food. So it's one thing. So basically the answer is no, because why? Because it's Hil Hashem.
My mom is not happy with your answer. We'll say it that way.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it's not about making people happy, or it's about Hashem. So basically, like in my family or in another family, so even though somebody is not religious or not observant, they know, or if they invite me to their house, so they would order kosher and make sure that they're not going to remove the seals until we sit around the table. Okay, that's so. If you want me there, and okay, so I'm forced to come because you ordered this kosher food. I'll come if I must. But if I have a choice, I would not come. I mean, and it's not about the food only, right? Food is like secondary issue. The problem, what you're going to talk about around the table is these people. And say what they're going to say. Okay, so all of these things that most of them forbidden heretical. So let them talk without me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So if they would want you or I too much or very much, so they would go to a kosher restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put it this way. So okay, but if it was not even considerations, I mean, well, what can I say? Good for you, basically. Okay, so we continue with our Kitzur Siman 11. It's a very long Baruch Hashem Siman. So it's allowed the laws of mezuzah. So and we up to the next Siman that CF, the next CF number 12 that we started last time, but it was very long, so we didn't complete it. Okay, so let's see. So CF number 12 from the beginning. An entrance that has 2 doorposts, but does not have a lintel. Rather, it, in the place of the lintel, there is an arch covering the shape of the bow above the doorpost. So, I mean, it's very simple. You see my video? Okay, I hope you do. So you have two doorposts and you have arch. So that's so when we usually say lintel, we mean like horizontal. Okay, so arch is like arch. Okay, so let's see. So okay, around the place of the lintel there is an arched covering in the shape of a bow above the doorpost. Or even if in a case where there are no distinct doorposts, you want to say something?
Yeah. Are there any?
Go ahead, sorry.
Are there any shapes that are where it wouldn't count as a lintel? Let's say we say it's okay if it's an arc, but like let's say it's a triangle or something. Who knows?
That does not matter.
Doesn't matter. Got it.
Rather, the arch begins curving upwards from the floor, thus from the 2 sides of the entrance. Okay. If the arched entrance contains a space of 10 tefachim high, so 10 tefachim, as we say, 35 to 40 inches, plus minus. I'd say it's not very high. There is the opening of the arch does not narrow to less than the 4 tefachim before it reaches the height of 10 tefachim. So meaning, I mean, they describe very like tiny entrance. Any questions?
Yes. So basically, let's say it's in a triangle shape, okay? Let's say a rectangle, then it turns into a triangle. Now,
Yes.
let's say on the top, it's not like that. There's a small opening. Okay, a small opening, right? It doesn't go all the way where the 2 walls connect. You don't have to put a mezuzah, right?
If it's a small opening.
Yeah, let's say a small opening on top.
Okay, why would it be a small opening?
I don't know. That's just how the doorpost itself was made. I don't know. Decoration, something. I have no clue.
I don't know. Let's leave it for now. Let's read this and then try to answer your question. Okay. So let's finish this Siman and try to answer the question. So it says that enters require mezuzah. So basically, I mean, okay. So let's continue. Those stories that have one of the doorposts made so that it reaches from the floor until the lintel, and the other doorpost so that it does not reach the lintel. So it's very interesting. One till the lintel, maybe because the door is hanged on that, right? And another one does not. I have never seen what they describe, but okay. So it does not reach the lintel. Instead, close to the lintel, the wall is indented for the amma or more. Commentary, perhaps to serve as storage area. Okay, so basically, let's say to make it simple, on the right side, there's a lintel all the way to the top. On the left side, it's not to the top; it's like halfway. I mean, you don't need this doorpost. On the right, let's say you need it from the floor to the top because you need to hang the door there. But on the left, you don't need, because here you want to put some like into the wall, some like storage. That's the way they describe it. Very interesting. As depicts diagram B. I'm not sure where this diagram B is. I don't know. Diagram B. Okay, diagram B. The halacha is in case as follows. If that doorpost, whose height reaches all the way to the lintel, is situated on the right of the entrance, then mezuzah should be placed on that doorpost. Okay, so if it's on the right, as we said in another case, when it was on the right, it was the doorpost. On the left, it was the wall. We say we will put it anyway, but without the blessing. So now it's on the right, it's all the way, which is like I would say similar situation. So all the way, but on the left is not. It's like only half of the way. Okay. Then mezuzah should be placed on that doorpost, meaning on the right. If the smaller doorpost, which does not reach the lintel, is on the right. So for example, the door is open different direction for whatever reason. So the door is hanged on the left doorpost, right? So left doorpost is complete, right is not complete. If the doorpost 10 tefachim high, doorpost is 10 tefachim high, meaning on the right, then mezuzah should be placed upon it. And if the doorpost is not 10 tefachim high, so the 10 tefachim, one more time at 35 or 40 inches, right? Before reaching the indented area, then mezuzah should be placed in a wide area. There is on the part that indented. Okay, so it's very interesting thing. So they say, if it's on the right side, if it's a 10 tefachim, right? So you put on I guess the opposite 10 tefachim, then mezuzah is placed upon it. Meaning it would be like your this waist high, right? And you put mezuzah. I guess I mean that's where the doorpost ends. That's what you do.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you have to put a mezuzah on something with, let's say, a loose foundation? My example is, let's say someone lives in, I don't know, a tent. He goes camping for, like, say, a month or 2 months. You know, it's counted as a permanent place of living because it was a month. And so you can't exactly nail a mezuzah on the door of the tent. So what is one supposed to do there?
I don't know. There are no doorposts in a tent, right? So there's no place for a mezuzah.
I understand. Got it.
So okay, so but it's a good question. Let's go back to our thing. I mean, the way I understand it's clear. So you have 10 tefachim, right? So you put mezuzah down there. But if it's less than 10 tefachim, before reaching the indented area, meaning like the one that goes inside, that mezuzah should be placed upon the white area. There is a part that is indented, meaning like something like deeper inside, the way I understand. It's very interesting. Okay, I mean, how often you're going to be in this situation? I don't know. But you know what? Last time you asked, very good question. If it was it's part of the house collapse or something like that, so maybe this is the case like that, similar. Right? I know somehow. I know what happened. Somehow they had to cut part of the door frame on the right, and only 10 inches, 10 tefachim remain. So maybe that would be the situation where exactly do we put the mezuzah. I think it's practical. Okay, so next halacha number 13.
Great question.
Yeah,
So, for example, with the mitzvah of having a boy and having a girl. Now the halacha is basically it's until 18, 20, or 24, depending on who you go by. Pretty much, that's the halacha. Now it says that if you hold off marriage until 20 and you still don't get married, it counts as if you were you rejected the mitzvah. So over here, when you build a house, until which point is it considered? How long until you don't put on a mezuzah until it's considered as if you rejected the mitzvah?
Oh, so it's I think it's as you said before, it's 30 days, unless for example, if 30 days it's maybe so. But if you bought the house, right? So I mean, if you just rented, maybe you're going to move away, maybe. But if you intention that you're going to stay, so I'm going to learn in this yeshiva, and I'm planning to stay in this house, in this apartment for the next 3 years. So you must put mezuzah right away.
So I have this question.
So 30 days is a leniency in case of the need.
Got it.
Okay.
So let's say there's a house and the doorpost was the first thing that was created. Okay. Now then after that it took 29 days to build the rest of the house. Okay. Now, do you have to put the mezuzah on that day because it's already considered as permanent on that day, or only once the whole house is built?
Only when you move in.
Understood.
Before you move. I mean, before you move in. So in the morning, you can bring your furniture and install the mezuzah, and that's it. Or later on. So basically, while the house is still under construction, there is no requirement to put on mezuzah until it is ready to be used.
Is there a requirement to put on a mezuzah on, let's say, even if it's not your doorpost, because let's say it's a public area, right? Is there still a requirement to put on a mezuzah since people might go in and out? Jews might go in.
Public area, but how? What are you doing in that public area?
Let's say a nursing home, right? Because people live in a nursing home.
Yes.
So can you put a mezuzah on the front door of the nursing home?
When you ask me the question, you as an individual, so you have your grandpa, great grandpa in this nursing home. So you want to install the mezuzah?
Yeah. Let's say.
So first of all, it's there's no obligation for you because you're not living there. First, second of all, you can ask them a question. So if they don't mind, of course you can install the mezuzah. But it's their property. You see, if you rent in the house or apartment, that's a different thing. So you're paying for it, but it could be an issue because some landlords do not want mezuzah to be displayed.
If you're renting the apartment, are you allowed to put the mezuzah on the public entrance of the apartment building or no?
No. It's not yours. So only what belongs to you.
Got it.
And to you, so you're renting only that your apartment, and you are also renting the rights to get to your apartment. So rights to get to your apartment meaning to go through the hallway, and you use the lobby and use the elevator. So that's like a little extra, but it's not yours. They give it to you for free to get to your apartment. Of course, you pay for it, but that's not your.
Last question. Now,
Okay.
from what I understand, it would count for a garage to count as needing a mezuzah, no? Let's say,
Garage, of course. Yeah. Garage. It's a huge. I mean, even for one car garage, you can put your folding bed or bed and then sleep in there in the summer. What's the problem? If it has a proper ventilation, I mean, what's the problem?
What if the garage itself was disconnected from the whole house and you don't sleep in the garage? Of course, you don't plan on.
But you might. So that's okay. So you don't. You're right. And of course, and disconnected from the house, it does not make any difference. It's connected to the house or disconnected to the house. So if it's connected to the house, so you would need two mezuzahs. So one when you enter the house, from the house when you enter the garage, and another one when you enter the garage from the main door.
Understood.
So that's the difference. Yeah, that's what people do, of course.
Wait. Oh, okay. Last one.
Okay, go ahead.
For an let's say one of those RVs, for example. Now it has a doorpost. I would say basically it has a doorpost inside. Let's say they have bathrooms, so on. It has a doorpost, pretty much, right? Let's say not even.
One second. What is it?
An RV, those big vans where like some people live in.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yes, yeah.
So they have a closet, for let's say it's a big closet, or from one room to the next they have many rooms. So for those, do you need a mezuzah?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Correct. Yes.
Okay. You need a.
But you see, it's not yours. So if it's not yours, there is no obligation on you.
No, it's your car. It's your car. I'm saying that you own it. You own the.
I miss it. The car. You're talking about the car.
No, okay. Those big cars which people live in.
What is it? RV.
Yes.
Recreation vehicle. Okay, yeah. Okay. So basically, okay. So I apologize. I mean, misheard. There is like some background noise. So okay. So now I got it. So you have this big RV, and people. You're right. People do live there. They travel and live there for a year or whatever. So. Do I need the mezuzah on RV? I'm not. I would say yes, but I'm not sure 100%.
What about?
We can double check that. It's very interesting.
Even let's say a plane when you get in, or let's say it's Ilal or something like that. One of those Jewish planes. Let's say they want to put a mezuzah. They have to put a mezuzah, correct?
No. Because nobody lives there. Okay, you stay there temporarily. Okay, even 9 hours, even 10 hours, even 15 hours, but you don't live there.
Understood.
So yeah, so it's understandable that it's temporary, but this RV for sure. People spend a month, and we met somebody that they sold their house, couple, and they were traveling. I mean, they're not Jews, but HaShem, so they were traveling, see the world. Okay. So, okay, no problem. So continue. Very, very good questions. Simon, Sieve number 13. Some say that even if an entrance does not have doors, it requires mezuzah. And others state that in order to require mezuzah, an entrance must have doors. Okay, so let's read commentary. So I mean, clear as you can understand, there are two opinions. One say if there is a door, if on the doorpost, that's the entryway. If there is no door, so maybe we don't need the mezuzah commentary. This is derived from the fact that the word sha'ar, gate, upon which the Torah requires mezuzah to be affixed, as it says, on the doorpost of your house and upon the doorpost of your gates, connotes an opening with a door. So it doesn't matter you say door or your gates, right? It still says connection to the door. Rambam in response cited case of Mishnah, Hilchas Tfilin Umizuzah. Okay. In this case, as in all cases, the disputed requirement, one should affix mezuzah but do not recite blessing. So okay. So as we could figure out ourselves, so in all of the questionable situations, when some say require mezuzah, some say do not require mezuzah, you just do without the blessing. But I would say, like, I would add that just for example, you move to the new apartment, just go through all of the rooms, all of these entrances, and make sure that you counted all of these like questionable things. So you have, when you are ready to install mezuzah, you have all of the extra mezuzahs for all of the questionable entrances. So you set only one blessing, and you can install mezuzahs even on those. So in case it needed mezuzah, so it covered by your original blessing. Okay, go ahead. Question?
Yeah. So one more of these now. Let's say in Israel they want to be nice to the Haredi Jews, Naftali Bennett and his crew, and so they're like, "What are we gonna do on the jail cells? We're gonna start putting mezuzahs. Do you have to put a mezuzah on a jail cell?"
I would say yes.
Okay.
100%. I mean, people live there. Yeah? Maybe. I'm not sure. Like, I would say the only issue that I see, right? The only issue is the bathroom. But I'm not sure how this how these cells are configured. If they have a bathroom, like is it separated? Is the wall like even not till all the way till to the floor? So I would say it would depend on a bathroom. Okay. Therefore, one should not affix mezuzah until he first hangs the door in the entranceway. Okay, so here they give a little different explanation. So do not affix mezuzah, do not hang until he first hangs an entranceway. Okay. So first he said first hang the door and then install mezuzah. One reason that one should not affix the mezuzah first and then attach the door is because the requirements you shall make it and not use that which was already made. Okay. The reason the mezuzah must be affixed to the entrance that already require mezuzah. So I mean, if it's not finished, do not. It does not require mezuzah. It's very close to what you asked before. If it's not complete construction, therefore, in the case of mezuzah is not valid, it must be taken off and affixed anew. Okay. See above 9.6 for a broader discussion of this rule and its exceptions. Okay. So continue.
But let's say a mezuzah. Let's say it's on one doorpost, you take it off and put it on another doorpost. Does that count as a new mezuzah or no?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You have to say blessing. We say even if it fell off. Like some people put it. I'm not sure why, but they put it with a Scotch tape or the regular tape. I'm not sure. Don't ask me why. It's like beyond. And usually who do it, rich people.
Mm-hmm.
People who can afford, I don't know, like a helicopter, they use the Scotch tape. Such a disgusting.
Let's say somehow, I don't know, but let's say the mezuzah itself stayed on the wall, the actual parchment stayed, but the casing fell off. Now, what are you supposed to do at that point? Do you have to say the bracha or no? When
No.
Uh-huh.
So the main part of the mezuzah is a parchment, as you said.
Yeah.
So
What?
this casing is just the way to protect the mezuzah first of all, and to hang it somewhere somehow.
Mhm.
Right?
So in that situation, are you allowed to take off the mezuzah itself to put it back in the case? And if you take it off, do you have to say the bracha?
Oh, in this case, yes. In this case, you need to say blessing.
But are you allowed to take the mezuzah off in the first place?
In general?
No, let's say the case fell and you want to put it back in the case. Then put the mezuzah back on. Are you allowed to take off the mezuzah?
Yes, I mean I'm not getting the situation. So what fell? The case with the scroll fell?
No. The parchment stayed. I don't know how the parchment stayed
Okay,
on,
yeah.
but the case fell. Now you're
Okay.
stopping the mitzvah now because you took it off.
Yes.
It's allowed, right?
So yeah, okay. So if you want to take off mezuzah, put it in a case and put it back on this doorpost, so you would need to say another blessing.
Understood.
Okay, so continue. See if number 14. A house or a room that is not made for a to be permanently inhabited is exempt from requirement of mezuzah. Okay, so it was one of our questions. Therefore, the sukkah made for the festival during the festival is exempt from mezuzah. Okay. So let's do this piece again. There are a few commentaries. Okay. A house or a room that is not made to be permanently inhabited. 34. A room is considered to be inhabited, double quotes, if it is used on a constant basis, even if it is used primarily for storage. Or like the question that you asked about garage. I mean, 100%. Okay. A house or a room that is not made for permanently inhabited, okay, is exempt from requiring the mezuzah. Okay. So inhabited meaning if only for storage, or in garage you use it for a car or for storage, okay, no problem.
What if, let's say, as you said, for storage, but we're not allowed to put a mezuzah in a place that might smell bad. So let's say there's a place, I don't know, the refrigerator, the system doesn't work, and you have to put milk, and it's very, very hot. So are you still allowed to put milk, the mezuzah on, even though the milk has a chance of spoiling and making the whole place smell bad? Are you still obligated to put on the mezuzah if there's uncertainty, if it's gonna smell bad and rotten?
Yeah. There is this uncertainty, as they call it, is an exception. So most of the time there is no problem. So for example, on a child's room, there is no problem to put mezuzah, even though sometimes this little baby is going to go number 2 and it's going to smell. There is no problem. You understand? Because it's not always, and it's not used primarily for that purpose. Okay. The same is milk. Okay, so let's see the next comment. It says the Torah requires house to have mezuzah. Okay, on the doorpost of your house. Okay, as it says in Dvarim 6:9 and 11 and 20. It is derived from this that only a room used as a house for a regular habitation require mezuzah. So I would say this RV, I would say it's required, but we can double check. Based on everything that we said so far, I would say, yeah. Okay, therefore the sukkah made for the festival during the festival is exempt from mezuzah. Could you put yourself on mute if you, unless you have questions? You have questions? Okay, sorry. All right, so there Kitzur writes that one who has a room in his house, which during the year certainly must have a mezuzah, there is transformed into the sukkah by removing the roof and replacing with a skach, require mezuzah even during the sukkahs. So that's what they do, that in they do it in on the West Coast, in Los Angeles and all of this on the West Coast, because it is warm. So one, they have this retractable roofs, right? So the roofs like sunroof or a retractable roof. So it goes this way, and it's like open sky. So basically, you're in your sitting room or whatever you want to call this room, and there's open sky, and they put scarf on top, and basically you have for yourself sukkah. So all you live in this house. You have this room that you use during the year, but you use it as a sukkah on a holiday. And same in Israel, in many places. They put, I mean, if they're on the top floor, of course, they can use it. So Mishnah Brura, however, cites Prima Megadim, who holds that even such a room is exempt from requirement of mezuzah during the days of Sukkot. But basically, in all of the examples that I gave, I mean, the mezuzah is there, so you're not going to remove the mezuzah. Basically, it is there. According to Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, that's all in Igras Moshe Orachaim 5, chapter 41. A mezuzah is still required during the sukkahs. In this case, since the sukkah serves as a room the entire year. I mean, the way I see it, like practically, you're not going to remove this mezuzah. See Mishnah Brura 6:26-21. Regarding the obligation of mezuzah on a sukkah from which there is an entrance into the house. From which it is an entrance to the house. Okay. Continue with Kitzur. Likewise, those stores that are made on market day for the duration of the fair and afterwards are disassembled and are left unused are exempt from mezuzah since they are not used on a permanent basis. However, those shops that are regularly used and stocked with the merchandise require mezuzah. Shulchan Aruch here there. 281:11. Okay, that's piece 50 short. So basically, so even in this like booth is that if they use it permanently, you need mezuzah. If not, you don't need mezuzah. Okay, continue.
Let's say with the storage. Let's say there's a place you're using it for storage, correct? And you need a mezuzah on it. Okay, let's say you need it. But then after a while, now there's a period when you're not going to be working. Let's say it's the summer or something like that, and then work comes back after the summer where you have to store stuff in it.
Yeah.
Now, during that summer period, are you still obligated to have the mezuzah on or no?
I would say, what is the problem of living there? Why would you take it down?
I'm not saying if there's a problem or not, but let's say it fell off. Would you be obligated to put it on during that period? Would you still be obligated?
I would say yes. Even if you don't use it, it's your property. You're obligated to put mezuzah. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So if it could be a rooms in your house. I don't know, like secret rooms. I don't know, that you never use. Still, you must put the mezuzah there.
Understand.
So it's not about usage. It's about like potential of the usage. Maybe not now. Like or for example, people have. I give you different. Similar to your example. People have summer houses like upstate. And they go there only for two months a year, or I don't know, 2 weeks a year, whatever they have a vacation. So of course they're not going to. I mean, so most of the time, 90% of the time, they're not there. They're not using this house, but they still need the mezuzah.
Right. I'm not sure if we went over this. I know we went over if the lintel itself was an ark. I understand we have to put on a mezuzah then. But if the whole door is an ark, let's say the whole doorpost is an ark, do you have to put on a mezuzah or?
But how could it be? Like something has to support the ark, no?
I would say this way. I'll show you how. 1 second. It's like that. Thing. Like that over here.
The thing is that you don't have videos, so I cannot see you.
Oh wait, that's interesting. My videos. Oh, you know how like let's see on the bottom of a bridge they have like half an oval, correct?
On the bottom of what?
Bridge. Let's say you go through
Oh,
the
bridge. Yeah. Okay. So if the whole arc, so we said in there. 1 second. So if they have 10 tefachim straight, I guess. 1 second. I'm going back.
But the thing itself might look straight because it's big, but really it's rounded. So where does it? Straight could also mean
No,
it's.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm reading what they said before. There is an arch covering in case. 1 second. Arch begin current upwards from. Okay, so he is that. Rather than the arch begins current upwards from the floor, exactly what you're saying, right? From the floor, thus coming two sides to the entrance. If the arch entrance contains space of 10 tefachim high by 4 tefachim, so 10, so that doesn't matter how big is the arch. So if they have it's 10 tefachim, which is like you say the bridge, it would be 10 tefachim. I mean, not the bridge. So I apologize. So I mean, I got your example about the arch. I got your example.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, so if it's open like 10 tefachim, which we said like 35, 40 inches, that's coming two sides of the entrance. If the arch entrance contains a space 10 tefachim by 40 tefachim wide, which is 40 tefachim, it's only like 16 inches, a little less. There's the opening of each does not narrow less than 40 tefachim before reaching the height of 10. So basically, your arch, then entrance require mezuzah. So yeah, it's very clear. I mean, if it goes like from the beginning, like an arch like this, so for sure it will require mezuzah.
So then I have this question. Let's say someone's going to Manhattan and they have to pass through one of those tunnels, correct? Now, so this is the question. When you're going through the tunnels, you see sometimes there are doors because there are workers inside or something like that on the sides of the actual.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing. Now, those things, for example, could be used for storage, correct? There's it might have storage for something. Who knows? It might be have cameras or something like that, right? So, would I have to put a mezuzah on the tunnel itself?
On the tunnel itself is not because it's not used. Nobody lives there. But as you said, let's say there are side rooms in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
In the tunnel where like theoretically somebody can live there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in this case on that room you would need if it's big enough, whatever by our measurements, whatever we said. Of course you would need a mezuzah there. If person can live there. If it's only work, but if it's his, if it's not his, I mean, if he's only working there, so he's not obligated to put mezuzah.
Understood. Got it.
Okay. So let's do maybe one more and we stop. Could you put this one for me?
Yeah.
Sorry. So the last one, we say a pavilion that has 3 walls with a roof above them, okay, and is open to the fourth on the fourth side, even if it has 2 side posts on 2 ends of the ends of the fourth side, okay, in the manner of the regular doorway, is exempt from requirement of mezuzah because the posts are not made to serve as a doorpost, rather to serve as support for a roof. However, if pavilion has a wall on the fourth side as well, even if the walls of the structure are low and do not reach the roof. Okay, so basically we're talking about maybe in the summer, so you need the walls all the way to the roof, and even if the walls on all sides are made of series of windows, the entrance of the structure requires mezuzah. Okay, so let's do this and then we stop. So one more time from the beginning is the commentaries. Okay, a pavilion that has three walls. So 3 walls, and we said even they don't reach to the roof. Okay, all the way, right? With the roof above them, and is open on the 4th side. Okay, so for side like the entrance side is open completely. Even if it has 2 side posts on 2 ends of on the 4th side. So, but basically we need them to hold the roof, right? In the matter of the regular doorway, is exempt from requirement of mezuzah, because the doorposts were not made to because the posts were not made to serve the doorposts, but rather to serve as support for the roof. Okay, that's exactly the situation that I have. Not exactly, but similar. So I have the awnings, right, on like in front of the house, and I have the support. Okay, roof. However, if pavilion has a wall on the 4th side as well, I mean that's a different story. Even if the walls of the structure are low and do not reach the roof, and even if the walls on all sides are made of series of windows, so commentary, outdoor structure as well is ventilated, right, when it does not go to the side, and usually entirely open on the 4th side. Okay, so for good ventilation, or it's made completely of the windows, made of series of windows. Okay, the entrance of the structure requires mezuzah. So meaning that only when it has this 4th side, and it's not even of course there is no door as we understood, and even if there is walls do not go all the way to the roof, it still require mezuzah. Okay. Okay, so we can stop here basically. All right. So we are left off number 16. Okay, so it's very long. HaShem. All right. Any other questions?
No, not really. But
Okay.
I have to talk to you about something when you stop recording now.
Okay. All right. Stop recording.
אני מברך את הרבנים, אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישועות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל אשר יפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו לעשות כאלה וכאלה, רדיו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.
בעזרת השם רשת בכל הארץ. הוא היהודי הזה, הוא היה מיליונר, סגר את כל הביזנס, אמר אני משקיע פה בעולמה של תורה. איפה הוא גר? בפלורידה.
פלורידה, איפה זה פלורידה? באמריקה.
במיימי. כן, ליד. אנחנו שם עכשיו הולכים להקים קהילה ספרדית.
חזק אותו בשמי.
קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
תעבירו מה שבירכתי אותו.
כן, קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
כן.